Hello everyone, welcome. My name is MJ Pestridge. Welcome to another P3D video. Today's flight we are going from in South America. We'll be flying over to Rio de Janeiro from an airport, GRU Airport in South America. So here is today's flight plan. I'm just going to put that on the other screen. And here is the plane. We're in the EasyJet plane, flight number 0811. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. Our flight isn't due to take off for at least another hour. And we need to get aboard. And we are expecting the rest of the crew to be turning up actually soon. So like literally any minute now we'll have the crew turning up. They were meant to meet me here, but I don't know. Bloody late. I must have been partying last night or something. It's not very professional. The baggage loaders are here already, but the crew haven't even turned up yet. I might just get on board, and then when they arrive, they arrive. But I mean, we're okay. As I say, our flight's not due to take off for another hour. Oh, it's no, 3:30, so it's literally an hour. Oh, okay. So yeah, we better get cracking here. Do you know what? I'm just going to get on board and they can give me their excuses when they get here. Because, yeah, this plane needs to go. So here we are in the flight deck. I've got the checklist with me, so I'll just run through these. Cockpit safety inspection. Let's have a look here. Master 1 and 2 is turned off. Check. Mode selector is set to normal. Check. Landing gear is down. Check. The wipers are turned off. Check. Battery 1 and 2 is off. Check. And voltage, it says 25 or more, which I can see it says 28 there. So let's turn the batteries on and get the external power going. And hook ourselves up to external power. So wait for these dudes to turn up. So first things first is we need to order the fuel. So request refueling. Here comes the bus with the staff on. We've already generated the load sheet. That's been sent off, and it actually is here already. There's the load sheet. So we can go ahead and set this up here. Load sheets. There it is. So all the weights have been calculated. We're just waiting on the fuel to be done. So here comes the lazy staff. Here we are. What time do you call this, mate? So we're using Pro ATC today. We're not on FLIGHTSIM at all. There's nobody in the area, so there's nobody controlling either here or Rio. So there's just no point of being on FLIGHTSIM. So we're using Pro ATC all the way. So we've got external power. Today's flight should be a good one. It's going to take us out from here, fly us out over the ocean, and then come in on an approach which should be very beautiful to look at in Rio. So we're due in at Rio at 20 to 5. So
Hi cabin crew, we're ready to get going now, so as soon as you're ready you can open the doors and start letting the passengers on board. Thank you.
Yeah. Right, we don't need to start the APU just yet.
No problem.
So we're on external power, but we can sort out the interior lighting. Get the lights going. So this is like, I don't really fly Airbus that much. I'm not really an Airbus flyer. So if I'm missing things or if I'm doing things incorrectly, I'm not an Airbus, regular Airbus flyer. And that's why the Aerosoft version is perfect for me, because I don't fly it that often. Ooh, crew supply for oxygen. They'll need that. Right, parking brake set. Right, seatbelt signs on. Interior lighting. And let's get the catering service on board. Get them to deliver the goods. Passengers can be loaded up in a second once the fuel's on board. We're just waiting on that fuel to arrive. Hopefully not too long. Bit of a disclaimer, you might find that, you know, my sim lately might not be as smooth as I'd like it. And that's basically because I'm running off half the memory that I usually have. So things don't tend to load, they tend to pop. And I've noticed that it has had an effect on my frame rate because half of my memory banks are, at the moment, out of action. So until I actually purchase a 32 gig stick, I'm running off 16 gig of memory, which is enough to run P3D, but just not what I'm used to be honest. I'm used to a bit more juice in the box. So, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you see things popping in the distance, textures, that is why. So, definitely notice the frame rate hit on that. Right. You can hear everyone's getting into place, but the fuel, where is the fuel, man? That's not the fuel, dude. Right, let's set up the rest of this plane, shall we? Let's check the status of everything. So, speed brake is stowed, check. ECAM recall. The hydraulics page, no abnormalities. The engine page, no abnormalities. APU bleed can come on. And the zone temperature's set to auto. Check. I'll start the APU up now. Let's get the beacon light and nav light on. Wait for that. On the pumps. Alright, APU has been started, but we're still on ground power, so that's still the primary sort of juice giver. Right, I'm the pilot flying, and I'm also the pilot monitoring, so yay me. We need to gain clearance as well.
Air Portugal 82, Roger, runway clear to Lima Papa Tango via the Victor Uniform November Victor 2 Alpha departure route, and then as well. Climb and maintain flight level 70. Expect within 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 119.55.
Radios.
Port 5773. QNH 1015.
Aircraft is Victor Uniform November Victor 2 Alpha. Climb to flight level 70. Except within 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency
Clearance.
119.55. Squawk 5773. QNH 1015. Air Portugal 2.
Air Portugal 82, feedback correct?
Roger, Air Portugal 82.
Clearance delivery. Cactus 0811 with ATIS request clearance.
Cactus 0811, clear to Sierra Bravo Romeo Juliet via the Victor Uniform November Victor 2 Alpha transition November Sierra Bravo Romeo Uniform departure route, and then as 5. Climb and maintain flight level 130.
Transition
flight
Nybro.
level 230 within 10 minutes after the
Runway
departure.
27 right.
119.55. Port 2634. QNH 1015.
Via Victor Uniform November Victor 2 Alpha transition November India Bravo Romeo Uniform climb to flight level 130. Expect flight level 230 within 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.55. Squawk 2634. QNH 1015. Cactus 0811.
Cactus 0811. Feedback correct. Contact run on 121.7.
Right. Okay, flight director is on.
Roger.
ILS
121.7. Cactus 0811.
Clearance delivery.
Road range set 20 miles.
with ATIS request clearance.
Everything's dashed. Altitude set. Backup altimeter set to 1015.
Clearance delivery. Speedbird 246.
The wind
Latest request clearance.
is 3 knots, blowing 170. Beautiful. Standby horizon and altimeter and airspeed indicators are not online yet. Well, the standby ones are on, but the regular ones aren't. Clock is incorrectly set, but nothing we can do about that. Radio control panel, weather on. That's set up. Thrust levers are idle. Master switch is off. Mode selector is normal.
Ground
Transponder
Speedbird
is standby.
246. Request taxi.
Parking brake is
Speedbird
on.
246. Taxi via India Juliet Quebec to runway 27 right.
Via India
External
Juliet
lighting,
Quebec.
strobes
Runway
set to
27
auto.
right. Speedbird 246.
Beacon is off. Wing nav runway turn off as required, which not yet. Seatbelt signs are on, check. These emergency lights are armed, check. Cabin press, landing elevation is on auto, check. Fuel pumps are all on. Check. Right, I think we're ready here to accept. Right, they're beginning to load up the goods, the catering. We're still waiting on the fuel for some reason. Fuel truck is on its way. Where's this fuel truck? Is there a fuel? Oh, here it comes. That's bloody tight, mate. Right, takeoff information received. So we are taking off from runway 27 right on the VUN 2A departure Nibiru transition. So let's get that information. Departure and that one. So there's our departure information. So we've got altitude restrictions of 7,000 feet. Below we have to adhere to that as we take off. And then 16,000 above. No, below. That's 7,000 above, sorry. 16,000 below as we take off. And we are cleared up to 13,000, so that's a below, so yeah. Well, that's an above. 16,000, so yeah. Cleared 13,000, so we can set that. ILS is going to be aligning in 2 minutes. They are fueling up the fuel.
Ground TAM 3116 is cleared of the runway. Request taxi to parking.
TAM
Loading of the
3116.
catering as
Taxi
well.
via Bravo Alpha to gate Gulf 4.
Via Bravo Alpha to
Right.
takeoff for TAM
These
3116.
passengers aboard, shall we?
Hi there, we are pretty much ready to go up here. We've got the load sheets on board, so once everyone's on board, please feel free to close the doors and we can get going.
Okay, great. We're all missed
Right, so initialization A, insert departure and arrival information. So FMGC. The route today is S Sierra Bravo Golf Romeo and Sierra Bravo Romeo Juliet. It's the company route today. So there it is, accepted. Flight number 0811.
Ground Azul 4945. Request taxi.
Azul 4945. Taxi
Flight
via
level.
Juliet Quebec to runway 27 right.
Via Juliet, Quebec to runway
We
27
are
right.
cruising
Azul
at
4945.
23,000 feet, so temperature up there is roughly minus 15, I'm going to say. minus 15. IRS initialization, line it on reference. Winds aloft, request data. There we are. Update. That's that done. Right, let's look for our fuel still loading, so we're on the APU as well. So probably disconnect the external GPU and remove the traffic cones for now. The doors, they've dropped off the cargo and they've shut those doors. Brilliant. Oh, the fuelers have gone. Oh, okay, cool. So in that case, the fuelers have gone. We can completely disconnect from ground power, remove the chocks, and make sure the doors open, they're closed. Yep, brilliant. Waiting on passengers now. So just waiting on the passengers to board. 104 passengers remaining. So they'll shut those doors as soon as they've done. Brilliant. Okay. We've done... So that means we can actually do the zero fuel now. Because we'll have an estimated... There we are. Here the printout come out. So that'll tell me my zero fuel weight. My block fuel. You already know that. And then the rest of that gets input for us. Right, performance data now. So we're going to have a flaps 2 takeoff. Flex temp is 64. V rotate is 142. Brilliant. It's a short flight today, literally a couple of points. So let's go over our departure procedure. We're taking off from runway 26 right, which is to the west. And then literally to ISNAP above 7,000 feet, turn to the VU NVU departure, and then straight out of the nib route to the transitional point where we are then on our way. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, he says. Right, that's that done. So fuel quantity, we should have a readout for the fuel we have on board. 14,000 pounds. My flight plan says we need 11, so we're pretty safe for fuel. Pre-flight briefing has been completed, so cockpit preparation checklist complete. Start the before start checklist now. We haven't got ATC clearance. Still waiting on the passengers. Which we've still got 77 left aboard. Windows and doors, we've still got some cargo doors open there. Might as well shut them. And then it's just literally that front one left that they're boarding on. Thrust levers are at idle. I'm going to turn the beacon on now. AP bleed is already on. Transponder, we're going to get clearance for pushback and startup.
Cactus 0811, request startup and pushback.
Cactus 0811, startup and pushback approved.
Really beautiful.
Approved. Cactus 0811.
So as soon as our passengers are on board, we can get out of here. Right, hee-ho. 4 passengers left to get on board. We can hopefully tell these girls to We're not actually late or anything. But right, shut the doors.
Doors locked.
Do it down here as well. Just end up a bit of trouble with this. Right, arm the doors, girls. And let's...
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's welcome them aboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking, and on behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, I'd just like to give you a warm welcome on board the aircraft. As you may have noticed, we've now closed the doors and expect to be departing in just a few moments. If you could get yourself seated and secured while we get ready for pushback, it would be most appreciated. If you require any assistance from the cabin crew, please press the button above your head and be sure to listen to the safety briefing that will be playing in a few moments. You'll hear from me again once we reach our cruising altitude, but for now, once again, welcome aboard and thank you for flying with us.
Oh, man, I don't think... Okay. So that's that done. Before start checklist, windows and doors closed, check. Beacon is on, check. Thrust lever is idle and park and brake is still set. Right, let's call the ground people. Well, let's make sure we're not actually connected through any means here. So ground services, definitely everything's moved and off. Brilliant. Let's prepare for pushback and departure, please. Oh, I didn't want that.
Flight deck, this is ground crew, standby for pushback. Locking gear.
And he's doing that without even touching it. This dude's Harry Potter. Ooh, look at that plane. Nice. Right. Engine start checklist. Engine mode selector to ignition. We need a pushback.
Ground, Golf 7481 is cleared off the runway. Request taxi to parking.
Golf 7481, taxi via Bravo Hotel to parking position 18.
By Bravo
Ground crew
Hotel,
departure check is complete. Nose gear steering disconnected for push. Release parking brakes.
Parking brakes are released.
Okay, here we go. All clear behind the aircraft. Safe to start engines at your discretion.
Brilliant. Okay, let's...
Engines clear. Start at your discretion.
Brilliant. Let's start these engines. Mode selector to ignition. Going to start the second engine announced. So, yeah, second engine start. Put it on the engine page. Engine N1 is rising. Start valve is opened. Bleed pressure indicates green. Check. Oil pressure begins to rise. Oil has risen. Igniter A or B, which I've already done. N2 rises up to 22%. Yes, check. So we can turn the igniter off when it hits 50%. Boom, done. Igniter off. And wait for engine to settle. Engine 1 available. Check. Start engine 1 now. N1 rising. Nose steering disconnect. Turn it to off then.
If you are traveling with children, make sure that your own mask is on first before helping your children. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing and evacuation,
set parking brakes, please.
Set parking brakes.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
34% N2, waiting for that to hit 50% so we can turn off the ignition. 45, 46, 47, 50, ignition off. And we've got 2 engines that should have started. Nose wheel steering back on. Beautiful. Available. Right, I think that's a good engine start. Confirmed. parameters stabilized. We can now turn off the master one. The engine mode is gone to normal, and the APU can be disconnected.
Unlocking gear.
Right, so APU master off.
Nose wheel steering connected. Pins removed. Tow vehicle disconnected.
Ground spoilers to be armed. Check. Rudder trim is at 0. Check. Flaps lever is set. We're going to go with flaps 2. Flaps 2 set. Pitch trim has been set.
Clear behind the aircraft, left and right.
Which is in line with what the flight plan says. ECAM status, check that. No yellow warnings. Anti-ice, right, what's the temperature outside? Temperature's 26 degrees. I don't think we need an anti-ice on the wing or the engine. That's beautiful. Door page, double check. Make sure no doors open, no escapee refugees. Ground clear, we're just waiting for clearance off the ground. We're clear on the left. Check. Clear on the right. Check. Right, 27 right. Let's get clearance to taxi then, shall we?
Ground Cactus 0811, request taxi.
Cactus 0811, taxi via Gulf, Quebec to runway 27 right.
Via Gulf, Quebec to runway 27 right. Cactus 0811.
Quebec to taxi to runway 27 right. Okay. Right, after start checklist has been completed. Taxiing checklist, we've had clearance, check. Exterior lighting has been set, check. Taxi area is clear. Clock can be started, although it's inaccurate. Parking brake can come off. Auto throttle engaged. And we're waiting for our dude to come pick us up. Sometimes he likes to hide behind. Not today. Just waiting for him to appear. He'll come thundering down the road somewhere. Don't know where though. Say he does like to hide behind.
Ground 751, request startup.
751, startup is approved.
Startup approved. 751.
It's a busy day today at this airport.
Ground 751, request taxi.
751, taxi via Juliet, Quebec.
Right, we're all good to go.
7 right.
Taxi to runway 27 right via Juliet, Quebec. 751.
Right, let's give it some gumbo. And we should be rolling. Wait for the engines to spur up a bit. And they're moving. Oh, there we go. A bit of a delayed reaction there. Okay. And we're off. There we go.
On behalf of the crew, I ask you to please direct your attention to the orders as we need the emergency procedures. There are emergency exits on the city.
Beautiful.
They can be located the exit closest to you.
Oh, got a bit fast.
The nearest exit may be behind you. Count the number of rows to descend.
Where is he having us go?
The cabin express sound impressions. Please take off and listen to instruction from the cabin. Oxygen masks will drop down on the nurse. Place the mask over your mouth like this. Put the straps tight if you're traveling with children. Make sure that the right mask is on first before helping your children. In the likely event of an emergency landing in a crasher, leave your carry-on items behind. Life rafts are located below your seat. An emergency lighting will reach the closest exit and slide. We expect to make sure that all carry-on baggage is stown away safely during the flight. While we wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety data card in the seat pocket in front of you.
What's wrong with this airport? My anti-aliasing is like at maximum. So, and yet I still see jaggies everywhere. So that's a bit... to be the issue with Windows 10 still. A lot of planes here today. A lot happening here at this airport. Plane coming in. I hope he's not going to turn right here, because that will put us possibly on the runway when he's about to come in. Nope. Brilliant. So I have got an FS to crew for this plane, which on the next flight that I fly the A319, I'm going to use FS to crew. Not for this flight, not for the landing. So in this video is the takeoff, in the next video is the landing. So we'll basically do a full flight without FS to crew, and then the next flight I do with the A319 will be with FS to crew. So they're still building the airport here. Look at that. Tell you, I'm looking forward to next year. I'm building currently a monster FLIGHTSIM PC. I've got a few of the parts. There's literally 2 parts left to go. CPU and GPU, but the CPU, that will be done by April of next year. And I'm hoping by May or June I'll have my GPU as well. The GPU I'm looking at is the 3090 or the 3080 Ti. Depends on price and availability really. But yeah, it's going to be a beast of a PC.
A full 2969er is cleared off the runway. Request taxi to parking.
Azul 2969er. Taxi via Bravo Hotel.
I might even get a 2080 Ti
via Bravo Hotel to parking position 18. A full 2969er.
I'm literally buying it for P3D, so a 2080 Ti for P3D takes has like just is as good as a 3080 Ti. You know, I mean, I'm not saying it's better. 3080 Ti is better, but
request taxi. 3509er.
It's just as good.
India Juliet Quebec
marginally different.
7 right via India Juliet Quebec to runway 27 right. 3509er.
No one coming that way. There we go. A lot of traffic coming out here. I mean, looks like it's a fight for the runway.
1250. Taxi via Juliet
He's
Quebec
doing a go
to
around,
runway 27 right.
Via Juliet Quebec to runway 27 right. 1250.
Right. South America is such a beautiful place to visit, and this Rio flight that we're going to be doing, landing at Rio, man, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be such a nice coming into land. I cannot wait. Right, right, max auto brake. Yeah, let's do the taxi checklist here. Flight controls, check the flight controls to make sure everything's working. Yep, check. ATC clearance has been given. Takeoff documents have been reviewed. The FCU has been set, and so has the flight director on. Turned itself off for some reason. ATC code has been given for my squawk. Auto brake set to max, which I just did. Check. Takeoff config. Check that. It is normal. Beautiful. We set it up correctly. Right, check flight instruments last. Everything is saying what it should, I think. Again, I'm not fluent in Airbus. Takeoff briefing. We're going to take off. We're going up to 13,000 and being directed by ATC along our departure route. Basically, that's it. Takeoff briefing complete. Right, before takeoff checklist, it says takeoff line up clearance, which we haven't yet received. Then approach path clear of traffic on the runway, which transponder be set to TARA, which we'll do that now actually. You're supposed to do that on the runway then. It says takeoff imminent, which will be announced when takeoff clearance has been obtained. Pilot monitoring will announce through PA system, cabin crew prepare for takeoff. Engine mode selector, if it's required, can be set to ignition when the runway has standing water or in heavy rain, or if heavy turbulence is expected after takeoff. PAX and APU bleed can be activated if needed, which we don't. Deactivating PAX and activating APU bleed on can improve performance only in toga thrust mode, so and can reduce maintenance costs as well. Handy to know. APU bleed is not possible when wing anti-ice is being used, which we ain't using any anti-ice. 26 degrees, we don't need it. Temperature here. On the engine page, but I don't see a... Oh, here it is. Yeah, 14 degrees. So, external lights set when we get to the runway. Sliding table stowed, and that'll be conclude the before takeoff checklist. Some dudes coming in. And it's going to be a go-around for him, I reckon. He's definitely going to be a go-around. He's too high. Too high, pal. Oh man, he's landing it. Whoa. Well done, dude. Well done. Well done. I don't really use this as much as I should. I don't have a chart cloud subscription. I don't use any of that. The documents, I don't read. Links, don't use any of this. And I wish there was a way to turn this off as well. But, you know, I'm not a big fan of
3665 is cleared of the runway. Request taxi to parking.
TAM 3665. Taxi via Bravo Alpha to parking position
right.
2.
Via Bravo Alpha to parking position 2. TAM 3665.
Need to obtain permission to get on the runway.
Tower, Cactus 0811 at runway 27 right.
Cactus 0811, contact tower on 180.4.
You were tower, dude.
18.4, Cactus 0811.
Didn't I say tower at the beginning? I'm sure that dude said tower, and then he said, well, contact tower, mate. Okay, let's contact tower then.
Tower, Cactus 0811, holding short of runway 27 right. Request departure.
American 0811, hold your position.
Holding our position, Cactus 0811.
Where's he going?
Tower 751,
we're meant to follow him.
Holding short of runway 27 right. Ready for departure. 751. Line up runway 27 right. Lining up runway 27 right. 751.
I mean, when he said hold my position, that was at the edge of the runway, not like where I literally am right now. Otherwise, he would say it again and say, "Oi, dude, I told you, hold your position." But he means at the edge of the runway. There is nobody behind me, so he doesn't mean stop right now. But I think this dude's taking me around the back here. Oh. Right. Dude's going to take off.
Wind 166 F3, runway
so we need to hold position
right.
here.
For takeoff.
So let's tell
the
girls in the back seats for takeoff.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please. Thank you.
And then we need to hold position here. So let's put the brake on. Watch this dude take off. Go on, dude, off you go. Some more people coming here. Wonder where he's going.
0811. Line up runway 27 right.
Boom, that's me.
Lining up runway 27 right. Cactus 0811.
Right, Takeoff lights on.
Tower,
Landing lights on.
M3505. On final, request landing, runway 27 left.
3505. Cleared to land, runway 27 left. QNH 1015.
Cleared to land, runway 27 left. QNH 1015. M3505.
Why are people screaming in the back? Right, takeoff thrust levers to toga, and then pilot monitoring says some stuff.
F3, runway 27 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, boys. Here we go. Toga.
Cactus 0811.
Set toga. Here we go. Boom. Right. So as soon as we hit 143, I think it was, we can take off. Rotate. A bit early. That's a bit early. Now we can rotate. Rotation. Boom. Positive rate gear up.
Positive rate gear up.
That's what I just said, mate.
Tower.
Right.
169er. On final request landing, runway 27 left.
4696. Cleared to land, runway 27 left. QNH 1012.
Let's set autopilot on. Whoa. That's taking us on a...
Ocean Cactus 0811 with you, passing 3,600. Full flight at 130.
American 0811. Radar contact. Continue via Victor Uniform November Victor 2 Alpha. November India Bravo Romeo Uniform Construction Flight level 130.
Roger. Climbing to 130.
November Victor 2 Alpha. Transmission. November India Bravo Romeo Uniform Departure flight 130. Cactus 0811.
Oh, got a master caution over speed. Laps up. Alright.
Departure.
Set this to climb.
3133 with you. Flight level 10 over 5,000.
There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Bye-bye. Clouds. Right. Above 7,000. That's that met. I don't know why there isn't a actual thingy. That's a bit weird. 2, well done. Maintain present heading. Oh, fair enough. He didn't direct us up to higher altitude, did he? Altitude to set 230, he did. Actually, no, not quite. 230. 230 set. Let's go. Engine mode selector, normal, spoilers disarmed, flaps retracted, landing gear up, exterior lights, check, packs on, packs on. Oop, no, yep, they're on.
American 0811, contact Brasilia on 126.15.
Reference set to standard, check.
6.15, Cactus 0811.
After takeoff checklist complete. We're in the climb, so MCDU. Climb speed modification. Over 10,000. We're in the climb set, so landing lights off.
City, Cactus 0811, contact with you. Passing flight 170, full flight 230.
American 0811, identified.
That's it, really. We're passengers ourselves now, aren't we? It's clearer now. Signs because the staff need to walk around, so the crew can now come and do things. Lock the door.
I have some drink for you, Captain.
Oh, Captain, thank you very much. You brought me a drink. Thank you. I'm just going to get rid of that drink. I did ask for it on Thursday. Trying to fly plane here.
Sending to flight level 150, call 109 5. 109
Right, well that's it. I mean, we're pretty much at 23,000 feet, so I want to call it time on the video now. Thank you so much for watching. Part 2 of this video will be the descent and landing into Rio. Make sure you don't miss that, because it's honestly, it's going to be beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I think we'll have some wing views for now, and at the beginning of the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.